All right, interesting time to be an LA Chargers fan. Justin Herbert has the injury, and now the Chargers have to make a decision about the quarterback position, Justin Herbert, and it's been crazy offseason if you're a Chargers fan. You go from being a team that you know is going to make changes. You fire your coach, but then you pick up Jim Harbaugh, like, let's go. And then you're relatively or mostly quiet in the offseason and free agency, but then it picks back up at the draft. You do the right things at the draft. Joe Alt, you get a wide receiver, you get Junior Colson, you do things right at the draft, and then you're really excited about the season and things kick off. And now Justin Herbert's injured, and it's like, oh my goodness. So it's time for the Chargers to make a crucial decision about Justin Herbert, and it's one that maybe you weren't expecting. And so here's the deal: the the plantar fascia injury is interesting because it's like, all right, it needs to rest 2 weeks. Now, the problem with that is that legendary tight end Antonio Gates had the same issue in 2010, played on it, and eventually tore it in the season. So here's what the Chargers have decided. We're going to rest Justin Herbert a couple weeks, reevaluate it from there. I think overall he could be fine, but he may have to play with pain. Number one, he could re-injure it, or it could be fine. So it's like, all right, what's that corresponding move then? If you're going to take him out, who's going to step up and kind of be the guy that, all right, what if we didn't have Justin Herbert? What does that look like? Well, here's what the Chargers do. They make an interesting move and they sign Luis Perez out of the XFL. He's an XFL champion. It's not what you were really thinking could happen. So remember, Easton Stick simply has not proven he can take the quarterback position. If the Chargers want to stay afloat without Herbert, it would take someone else stepping in. So it's like, who? Perez? So here's the thing. I'm going to give you some hope, if you will, because look, if he's out for the season, which he's not, but if he was, then the season's over, right? And nobody's really even debating that. So it's like, all right, Easton Stick, Perez, somebody, let us win one game out of 3, right? Like, just keep us kind of afloat until Justin Herbert comes back. That's the goal of the backup quarterback, and that's what you're looking for. So they made the decision to sign Perez, who Perez has been arguably the best quarterback in the UFL the last 2 seasons, winning the UFL championship in 23 and leading just about every UFL passing statistic in 2024. So part of you could say, you know what, that's better than college, the UFL. I mean, it's a little bit more pro style, or you could argue it's not, or you could argue he's got some experience, or you could argue he doesn't, because he doesn't have the NFL experience, but he's got a little bit more than just college. It's not like he's a rookie. So it's kind of an interesting spot to be in if you're a Chargers fan. And I think you just have to say, look, 2 weeks, we reevaluate this, and it could be fine, or it may not. But at least you've got something. You've got something here in Perez versus Easton Stick's got nothing. Dubbed the King of Spring due to how long he's been working the spring football circuit, Perez is coming off the inaugural UFL League season in which he led the league in passing completions and passing touchdowns. So Perez was coached in Arlington by former Oklahoma head coach Bob Stoops, his quarterback coach Chuck Long, former Heisman runner-up, played against Jim Harbaugh when he was a Michigan Wolverine. So there's stuff there. But again, is it the decision that we thought or that we're hoping for if you're a Chargers fan? No, but it's something. It's something better than nothing. Now, in better news, we've been talking about this guy a lot this offseason, and Tuli was one of the best rookie pass rushers in 23, and now look to stack on another great year to begin his NFL career. Tuli is a guy, and we keep saying this, but you look at the rookies, you look at the undrafted free agents, you look at free agents, you look at new guys, you look at the star players. But what about these guys from first year to second year? Josh Palmer, guys second to third year, third to fourth year. Can a handful of guys step up and make a leap that, maybe we weren't expecting? I don't know, right? That's what we're looking for. So Khalil Mack, over the age of 30. Injury luck has not been good for Joey Bosa. So it's like, all right, we need somebody. So you've got the guy you signed, can't think of his name. I'll think of it here in a second. And you've got Tuli. Now there's something there. Meaning, all right, you know what? If Bosa does go out, fine. Right? Like Bud Dupree, thank you. Bosa turned 29 in July. Khalil Mack, Bud Dupree on the wrong side of 30. So Tuli should get plenty of action. He has been kind of nailed as the guy that can help just bridge the gap defensively. And I think if you're a Chargers fan, this defense is going to be much improved, much more settled down. You still have really good players in the secondary. You've got linebackers. The defensive line is not bad. So it's like, okay, defensively, we're going to be so much better. We can survive if Justin Herbert was to miss a few games. Like we'll have a chance. Obviously, if he's out for any length of time, past a game or two, like it's going to be very difficult, but he shouldn't be. He should rest, therapy, and he should be good to go week 1. Because remember, week 1 is still a month away. So yes, would you like him out there timing, working on things? Of course, but to have that a month away is still really good. So I think it's going to be fine. Let me know in the comments who you've been most excited about or who you're most excited to watch in the preseason. I mean, preseason's weird because nobody likes the preseason, but yet you're looking for things. So there's a lot of different things to kind of watch for. And I think if you're a Chargers fan, it's the backup quarterbacks now. You want to see, man, do we even have a chance with these guys? Like, I'd like to see that because Justin Herbert is fine, but could be out for some length of time, depending on this injury, depending on how it heals up, the whole thing. So again, if you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel talking about all about the Chargers and just an up and coming team that we've been watching. We're here in Michigan, so we love Jim Harbaugh and excited to see how he does things and how he kind of turns around another team. We've talked about attention to detail. He's a motivator. He really builds up. You see what he's doing with Derwin James, like just building that guy up like crazy. You see it with the other veterans, builds it up, knows how to create a team, knows how to bring in vets, former players, people to LaDainian Tomlinson's been in. You see when he's mic'd up, he just wants to see everybody do well. I don't know how he does it. But he turns teams around, and I can't wait to see how he does it with the LA Chargers. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you subscribe if you've watched this far into the video, if you've watched a few videos of ours by now, and we will see all of you on the next one.